Well, that's going to put a damper on my hike. The river's overflowed and all the extra overflow chambers are extremely full, and I'm not wearing waders. So that's going to about do it. I'll go wander around a little bit and see if I can sneak through, but I know because the river is about 150 feet straight ahead where the telephone poles go back behind my house, and once that overflows there is nowhere to sneak by. So maybe I'll just wander and take some more pictures of this area. I have found some koi dog out here. They're half wolf, half coyote. I found some bobcat tracks leading up by my house, and I have found some blood. So somebody was hunting. But thanks for tuning in and checking out this little hike with Explicit. That was large. What the hell was that? Huh. I've been hearing deer walking around and the ice breaking around me, and that's not melting its footsteps. But it is absolutely beautiful out here. Oh, what we got going on over here? I'm definitely going to have to try to sneak past this to show you guys more of this beautiful area behind my house. This isn't the Scannick River, but the water is actually from the Scannick River. It goes all the way up. I'm here in Connecticut, and it goes all the way up into Vermont and past, I believe. So yeah, enjoy. There will be more pictures. You can see the cell phone tower way out there. There'll be more awesomeness to come, so stay tuned. I'm going to hike back the other way and see if I can get some stuff the other way. So what you guys just missed before I hit play, when I pan over here, if you can hear the crunching in the background. So in front of you is a big tree laid over, and then the river turns to the right. Just behind that there's two deer that just smashed through some big ice trying to elude me. They know I'm down here, but I blend in decently well so they can't see me. But if the microphone picks it up, there's crashing everywhere. There's a whole pack, whatever you call a family of deer. And I'm pretty sure, but 100 feet straight in front of us, there's two trees that Y, dead center of the screen, that there's two deer behind there. It's tough because ice is melting off the trees and making noise, but when huge little ponds that flood and then go back down because the river recedes, and you hear smash, 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 you know it's an animal. There's a weird eerie feeling, but it's very majestic. I don't know how well the camera is translating how nice it looks. And then you can see the hill where I did one of my flights way back in the distance there. This is why I bought my parents' house. This is why I stayed here. Spent my youth hiking back here. Swam, we had a swimming hole, the water's super clean. The river's extremely high. It just came down where I'm standing. It was all underwater probably about a day ago. You can see all the overflow. There's my finger. That's all overflow right there. So I'm going to keep moving, see what I can find. I'm hoping I can get some deer. I might hunker down in the spot for a couple minutes, see if anybody decides to pop out looking for me. Stay tuned. I'm recording this because, do you hear the howling back there? That was my stomach. I don't know if that was a koi dog howling or was a freaking owl. Let me get out of the brush here. Hold on. So it goes back about 150 feet and then goes up the other side of the valley. And something at least 3 times made a really wild howl. as I continued to make noise. I had to go through some of this pricker here, and it made a bunch of noise. Back at the river. Dude, I hear snarling. I'm hoping the microphone's picking up all the steps I'm hearing. But there could be a pack of the coy dogs hunting. Like I said, they're out there. Here's ground level. I hear it. That was right there. Definitely kind of creepy when you're by yourself, but again, it's so beautiful and quiet and peaceful. That's where I like to go and think. That was right there. That I think was from the tree. That had to be from the tree right there. Alright, so I'm going to keep pressing forward. I went the opposite way, so I'm going downstream from where I intended. See if I can get to my old swimming hole spot that we used to go to, which is not too far. This wraps around the bend and goes towards the other side of the valley. And then I should be there. Not much left to it. Through the years of hiking, it's just fallen apart. The huge tree we used to jump out of has fallen into the river. But it'd be a cool little thing to show you guys, something different. Alright, I will keep moving. Beaver out here. Last time we hiked at nighttime, we actually saw one float in the water right next to us. It's pretty cool. I hear a hawk. As you can see, it is extremely wet. It's a little slow process right now, trying to move around. There's a hawk above me. So I'm still heading in that direction there. Still hearing a little bit of howling. It's probably tough to see in here, but as you can see, I can see some of the hill going up right where the coy dogs like to do their hunting and stuff like that. I'm surprised I haven't seen any of them wiggling around right now. There's the cell tower to give you an idea of where I am, from where I was before. There's a lot of noise over here. Oh, woodpecker. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that there flying around. Alright, I am going to keep pushing forward. Alright, I'm back. Just getting through this stuff again. It's taking a little extra time because of how much overflow there is. This is not river, this is actually, when I was a kid, this was tiny. The river runs there and this runs around it. It used to just be a swampy overflow, but that was, I don't know, how old am I now, 42? So we started coming down here about 5, so it's changed significantly. So I'm on to my next obstacle, which might actually be the game stopper right now for where I wanted to go. Yeah, I think this is a big FU right here. That tree looks pretty wild. I gotta look where I'm walking and make sure I record good. Yeah, right. Look at that. So all this moving water, once again, you can see it rushing over there a little bit. It's all overflow. There's the rest of my path right there. And it was deeper than my boots. That's 2 feet right there, first step, where those little ripples are. And all I need to do is take a 5-minute, unexposed, there we go. 5-minute walk over there. I'm gonna fart around, see what I can do. See if I can makeshift something, because I really want to get over there. Stay tuned. So I'm gonna have to take another route and just explore where I can. There's that hawk. You see it flying? There it is. Right in the middle. Tracking him. I'm just gonna go and see what I can see. Kind of mark out some of the trails I want to use when we go night hiking down here. It's gonna be a little while. We can do that until the water goes down. if you can see this, way back, those are old quad print trail things there that went to where this trail used to, one of our neighbors used to use this path a lot when we were much younger in our teens to do his quadding and dirt biking and cross the river. And obviously the animal's been eaten. They haven't used these in quite some time. The way the river has changed through the years, the overflowing, it's basically ruined all of that for him. Every bridge he's made has fallen in. Well, it got stuck there. So, I mean, this is proof of it. This is just, it's a wreck. I haven't come down this side in quite a while. A lot of new trees down, a lot of new paths that are, I actually use the animal paths to kind of guide my way. They know the easiest way through here. Obviously they're shorter than us, but they know where it's dry and where it's not. So I try to utilize some of that. This has got to be a tough time of year for them, considering their normal paths and areas are cut off with all this water that's normally never here. I'm going to try to sneak, if you can see right here, there's a tiny, where's my finger? There's a tiny little path right here from the animals. So to give you an idea, my house is way up there, and we came down the path to where it starts and went that way and out upstream, got stuck, and we wiggled our way downstream all the way to here. And then there's another path that runs along this side of the basin that goes all the way behind the main street, Raffia Road by us. You can sort of see it. There's some pines and stuff out there. That's the base, and it goes up behind houses. And there's a trail where we used to get little Charlie Brown Christmas trees when we were kids out the way. So I'm going to head that direction and see. So I'm heading there. I'll see you in a few. Alright, well, I got back onto one of the old trails, that main trail I was talking about that runs to the bottom of the basement of my house, Prickers. And then continues that way, which I'm going to go. This is part of the old path here, and I stumbled upon something fancy. You see it? You see it right there? Somebody's hunting deer down here. They got their, I guess you stand or a blind, whatever the hell you call it. You wear the right camo, man, you just disappear into these trees. So I'm gonna keep heading in that direction. See you in a few. Try to not drop the phone when I do this. Hope the video is stable enough. I actually turned the stabilization. I'm using my Note 10 Plus to record this stuff. There's like a weird effect that I'm getting from the stabilization on, so it is off. So much noise with all this ice, pisses me off. This should turn out to be, look at that, that is cool. This should be a really cool video for you guys, something completely different. Again, I like showing you guys a different side of my life, what I'm into, where I've come from, so to speak. Still on my ass. Now, if you never spent any time in the woods, and I apologize if this sounds like a dumb thing to share, but I'm walking on ice. And actually, that's exactly what I was going to say. You never know what's underneath it. That was perfect timing. This is shallow enough, and I know from experience where I can walk, and I also know the trail. But if you're in an unfamiliar area, or you've had flooding like we've had here, and you don't have a walking stick, I got my machete, my Gerber. When you walk in this and you're not paying attention, you're talking with your buddies, you step into that, you're going to go ankle deep, and that will ruin your afternoon, especially if it's a super cold day. See? I don't know what kind of boots these are, some cheapies, but they cover where my feet aren't wet, thankfully, because this is not a sneaker hike, for sure. Pricker got me. Get off me. Get off. How could you not walk through something like this and not just be absolutely relaxed and in awe? This just takes the stress of life away. Other than me talking, it's quiet. I'm talking quiet, even though I'm making a lot of noise walking. Now, here, there's a big deer. And there's a coyote print on top of it. I don't know how well that'll... Do you see the paw? is actually the pad, but then there's the deer right there. That's pretty wild. There's other, talk about tiny. There's a tiny pup. Or it could be a fox, actually, not a pup. Or I think they call them. That's weird because this is the soft stuff, and you'd figure you'd see more of them, but this spot, other than I think the squirrels digging for food, let's keep walking. Yeah, there's deer. Tiny, where's my, there it is. These are tiny little prints, like little dinky hands. It's kind of funny. Look at that, that's cool with the berries. See if I can sneak through here without getting covered in that. Not too bad. This trail, surprisingly for very little human contact other than me and my knucklehead friends, it's in fantastic shape. Okay, here's a lot of prints. That's cool. Let me put my knife down. Look what you see here. Now I'll give you a comparison to my hand, how small they are. I got a big ass hand. They're just scattered all through here. By the size of it, I would guess muskrat. Tiny little muskrat. My dad used to hunt those when I was a little kid. Here's another tiny, look at that little guy. That one, man, that one's super small. They're all over the place, and obviously there's more than one. Yeah, I was saying, I was 5 years old. Dad would take me down here with the shotgun, taught me how to shoot, which is considered unacceptable in these days because the world has gotten soft and everyone's afraid of guns and all that nonsense. There's a little Charlie Brown, a big one. That actually, I remember that when it was just a sprout. It's kind of funny. But yeah, anyway, it's beautiful down here and very, very disorienting. If you don't know where you are, which happens to a lot of people, look around you. Everything starts to look alike. Everything's covered in snow. If you don't have a bearing or have never been down in the area you're in, you could easily get yourself turned around. So you've got to find a way to mark so you know where you're going, which direction. Use the landscape to help you out. I've had that happen twice in my early teens when I was hiking with buddies and it started snowing. Like I said, from where I'm standing, my house is about a half mile straight there. You can almost see a house, I think. You can see a roof right there. But house is about a half mile that way. So I know that there's a valley that runs high on this side all the way in the main trail we walk. That goes basically that way. And on the other side of the dump and all that, there's a high side. I've known that since I was a kid. So whatever direction you go, you're either walking with the river or you're gonna walk to an up direction. So you can't go too far without running into the river or a hill and finding civilization down here. But again, it's very deceiving. You go a little more inland away from the houses and you'd swear there's not a house for miles. But it's pretty cool. Awesome little area, and it goes for quite a ways. Yeah, I can see a light. I don't know if that translates on the camera. There's a house. Let's see if I can, I'm right over it. There's a light. Somehow my phone's not picking up. Whatever. All right, let me keep walking. Enough chatter. Enjoy the nature. is actually a natural stream that comes out of the ground. It was literally just the size of my finger when it came out of the ground, and yeah, the bed of it was tiny. There's something in there. I think there's a ball or something. Part of a ball. An old, like, 1980s football. More footprints. Wait, did you catch that? Did I step on it? Little muskrat print. Basically like a wild ferret, for anybody that doesn't know what it is. So this area obviously has changed quite a bit. There's a lot of footsteps there. We used to call this Charlie Brown Tree Alley when we were little kids. There's more footprints all over here. This section all along here, the path actually used to just basically run, sorry, right there. And all along this was just little tiny Charlie Brown trees, and we used to grab them out of the woods every year and put them in our rooms and decorate them with all the lights that we possibly could. That was a big tradition with my two brothers and I, and we fell in love with it. And still to this day, our Christmas tree has 8 million lights on it, and we do it as a family. There's a very strong tradition in our house. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be doing that and getting the tree, depending on the weather. I don't know how well you can see. They're all grown now. There's a bunch of little, they're not tiny anymore. They're 10, 15. Like I said, these all were literally about this tall when I started coming down here as a little wee lad. So they've grown quite a bit. So let me finish this up. I'm just gonna head a little farther down this way and then start heading back. Okay, here's a big print. That's a koi dog print right there. And that's deer. It's actually facing towards me. That it's wet and mushy. That's a older print. As you can see, this trail is still used by the animals. That is a big, again, I'll give you my hand here. Still for a dog. I've seen bigger, which is crazy. I've seen them up in the neighborhood, and they're bigger than some of the German Shepherds that are around here. Like I said, the prints are right at the path coming up into my neighborhood, so that's pretty crazy. I gotta put a trap cam up in the front yard. There's another one. To catch them, we've caught deer and stuff. This is a cool little spot. Again, I don't know how the audio, and more trees from that storm down. How the audio, white birch. That's a good landmark because there's not a million of them out here. You want to talk about nerdy stuff? Add to the story, those birch trees, when they, on a different spot, farther away from here, on the other side of one of the huge hills, a place called Potter Hollow that we've hiked a lot, they did a lot of water work there, and they had cut paths, and they cut down a whole bunch of those. So we actually would use our machetes as kids, and we'd chop them up, and we'd have little bags that we put in, and eventually pantyhose, and the scent of the pine would actually fill the house for the holidays. It was kind of cool. Let's see here. Like I said, that birch stands out really, really well here. There's some massive ones out on the other side where I couldn't take you guys. Oh, there's a muskrat print. I almost stepped on that one too. Here's my finger. Right there. You can see all these little holes everywhere that they're foraging, trying to find food. Now this was a big path when we were young. There's a Dairy Mart, or a convenience store, wherever you guys are from, Henny Pennies and something like that. We used to walk to through the woods, and we'd go up there, grab ourselves a drink or a snack, then we'd walk back home. did a lot of that with the old man. And I do it now with my little ones, which is super cool. Again, this path is obviously older than I am. I'm 42, and it's held up really well. Now the spot we're coming to is behind those stores. There's a huge sewer thing, if I can find it, for all the overflow from the sewers, so the rainwater and stuff like that. If you listen, I think I have a directional mic, you can hear it. So there's water coming out into this little valley here. Probably where I'm going to stop. Don't break my neck trying to get through it. Oh no, I'm not even there yet. I take that back. That's a different sewer. That's just a sewer line from the streets coming. Oh, it's right around this bend when I was talking about deceiving. More big prints right there. Looks like they took a piss. Some yellow snow. Kids don't eat yellow snow. One of the old sledding hills. I won't tell you how many times I came home with bruised arms and butt bone from freaking crashing into shit. Here's a very mysterious mound of all the stuff right here. Out of all the stuff down here, there's just no mounds of stuff. I don't know if way back they had trucks or something down here, or old sand they dumped or something like that, but it's been here since I was a little kid. It just stands out. Very different. That's more yellow snow. There's a freaking pricker. Look at that. That's a good one. The path used to go straight instead of where I am. It used to go that way, and this is kind of a new one. Ooh, strawberry machete. Yep, there's the end right there for now. Hope you guys dig this. It's something different. You're enjoying the tranquility here. It's definitely worth the trip. It's been a stressful couple months at home, so this is a nice change of pace to get out. I usually don't hike by myself, and that's kind of like a no-no if you ever get hurt or whatnot, but I do have my phone on me and my watch, and I'm sticking just to the main trail here. So no real issue with falling on my ass and falling into the river. This is one of the paths that leads up, which is very overgrown. You can actually hear trucks up there. There's a Dunkin' Donuts up there. Or yellow snow. This will probably be the longest video I've done to date, other than a live video. I thought this was worth it. It's a cool little spot. That used to be all just reeds and stuff. I don't know where that water came from. We're far enough away from the river where there shouldn't have been any water there. This coming up here is where I was talking about the sewer drain for Raffia Road here. Big ass tree down. Alright, we're here. I'll show you guys this. And then the last video you'll see from me is just walking out of the woods to let you know I made it. That's how the animal tracks are going up this pretty steep little thing here. Hi, it's gone. Wow. Alright, so when we'd walk this way to Dairy Mart, I think it's very deceiving. That's about 20 feet, 25 feet down. That's all prickers. There used to be a huge... Oh, it's over there. Can't see it. Damn it. Let's see if I can get closer. See the big... Oh, where's my finger? It's right here. There's a big sewer pipe that used to go the opposite direction. It used to... Where's my hand? It used to go across. And that's how we'd cross up there. That has just continued to move farther and farther down. I don't know if I can get next to it. Let's try. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, it's part of the main path. There's no longer... Oh, there we go. That big monstrous thing used to go the opposite direction. You can see part of the old sewer line there. And this just keeps cutting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper down as water does. Let's go walk down there, shall we? Hopefully I don't fall on my ass. I'm following footprints, by the way. Real smart. And definitely a tree we would use to cross. The dares, like, hey, can you cross this without falling in? Believe me, I've fallen in many times. So yeah, I'm gonna journey back in this beautiful snowy bliss, and I'll see you guys on top side. Alright, I am on the last little walk section. I'm kind of halfway through it. Stop to say thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. I know it's different and it's a long video, but I hope you tuned in. If you dig this, thumbs it up, let me know. Make a comment towards, if you want to see more of this stuff. Obviously, my channel is geared towards flying, FPV, and stuff like that. I've said many times, I'd like to show you guys more of who I am and things I'm into to make the channel a little more diverse, to get to know you guys. Just not some stranger you hear talking all the time, you get to actually know who I am. And I like talking with you guys and stuff too. I appreciate all the comments, thumbs up, positivity. I hope you can share it. And that thumbs down movement, let's keep that moving. Let's stop all the nonsense out there. You don't like something, just change the channel and keep moving. Don't waste your time on hate and anger and negativity. Man, lots of more yellow snow. So, yeah, I just got another 2-minute walk out, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.